So Mr. Carlos King announced today that Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage DC, and Love and Marriage Detroit will be returning with new episodes January 27th at 8 p.m. Now, I gotta say, a lot of the fans, including myself, found that Love and Marriage Detroit was just extremely boring. I could not get into it at all. And it doesn't appear that I was the only one. Several people jumped in Carlos King's comments and they all pretty much said the same thing. Someone commented, Huntsville's the only one that matters, them other groups boring. And someone else said, Detroit needs to come better, snooze fest. And it was. And honestly, I don't really know what they could do to make that show better. I don't know if they need new cast, but it just wasn't working for me. But in regards to Love and Marriage Huntsville, the season finale is set to air Saturday, December 30th, and the reunion will be 3 parts. It will be hosted by Carlos King, and it will air on Saturday, January 6th, part 1. Part 2 will be January 13th, and the final part will be Saturday, January 20th at 8 p.m. Now, let me ask you this. Are you surprised that Love and Marriage Huntsville or even the other franchises were picked up for another season? It seems like their ratings have not been where they used to be. But I gotta say, the addition of Chris and Nell Fletcher, I think was good for the show, for Love and Marriage Huntsville. A lot of people like them, and it seems like in their scenes, it feels authentic. It feels real. Their emotions, things that they're talking about, it doesn't feel like they're trying to hide their personal life. So it feels like reality TV when they're on the screen. But someone says, bring back the Fletchers. They saved this franchise. So what do you think? Do you think the Fletchers saved the franchise, or do you think they were just a good addition? Now, last night we talked about Destiny's ex, Moses, who married one of the producers from Love and Marriage Huntsville, Sonny. Somebody said no snots at all. You know, they're talking about the Scots. They said replace them with Moses and his new wife and the Fletchers. Now, I don't know if that would ever happen, but to bring the two of them on the show and then maybe have Destiny make a couple of guest appearances to let us know what really happened. I don't know. I think that would be some good TV. But this whole situation is just very shady, messy. A lot of people are saying that Moses is looking like an opportunist. And many people are questioning whether or not Carlos King had anything to do with the two of them getting together. He seems to always be the executive producer over a show where this has occurred. Now, someone reminded me that on R&B Divas Atlanta, Carlos King was one of the executive producers there. And if you remember, Angie Stone was on there with her longtime boyfriend, Ashanti Graves. And he was kicked to the curb. She got rid of him because he was cheating with one of the R&B Diva staff members. So I don't know if that's a thing with, the shows that Carlos is the executive producer over. But I do also feel like Carlos had something to do with Sheree and Martell hooking up for a storyline or for whatever reason. But sound off below, you guys. Let me know your thoughts about the announcement of season 7 for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And do you think Carlos King has anything to do with these hookups involving his staff members? I thank you guys for watching and listening, and I will talk to you in the next video. Please give this one a thumbs up and be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from What's Happening.